Good morning, Divine Savior. How you doing? Mr. B here, Mrs. Malat's dad, with another book. You know, it's springtime, it's May, and people are starting to plant flowers outside. The flowers and trees are budding, at least in Wisconsin. And some people even plant vegetables to grow. Maybe you do at your house, plant vegetables and things like that. Today, I've got a story about planting some vegetables and some crazy things that happened to this girl's science experiment. The author of the book, his name is David Wiesner. He's one of my favorite authors and illustrators. He does these beautiful watercolor paintings, and I'm going to show you his book today. It's called June 29th, 1999 by David Wiesner. The place is Hohokan, New Jersey. The year is 1999. On May 11th, after weeks of careful planning, Holly Evans launches vegetables into the sky. So she's put the seeds in little cups with dirt, and she's launched them into the sky with balloons. This one's a little hard to read. Let's see if I can read it. I'm going to have to read it like this. On May 18th, the young scientist reports on her experiment. Holly intends to study the effects of extraterrestrial conditions on vegetable growth and development. She expects the seedlings to stay aloft, that means in the sky, for several weeks before returning to Earth. Her classmates are speechless. Oops. The date is June 29. Shortly after sunrise, a member of the Billings, Montana Moose Lodge hiking through the Rocky Mountains makes a startling discovery. Robert Bernabe is in a daze when he returns to camp. All he can say for the next several hours is, "Turnips!" Look at how big those turnips are. All over the country, the skies fill with vegetables. Look at that. You know what that is? Cabbage, lettuce. Cucumbers circle Kalamazoo. Lima beans loom over Levittown. Artichokes advance on Anchorage. Parsnips pass by Providence. In Owatonna, Iowa, Tony Kramer emerges from his barn and shouts for joy. At last, the blue ribbon at the state fair is mine. Oh, I bet Ms. Malat likes the rabbits. You know, she used to have rabbits as pets. Except for the peppers. For some reason, they need a little help. They're trying to float away like a hot air balloon. TV news channels broadcast 24-hour coverage of the airborne vegetable event. Cauliflower carpets California, spinach blankets Greenwich, and the arugula covers Ashtabula. Holly is puzzled. Arugula is not part of her experiment. Vegetables become very big business. Peas from Peoria are shipped down the Mississippi to Mobile in exchange for eggplant. Arugula, eggplant, avocado, and now rutabaga. As the list of vegetables that Holly did not plant grows longer, she concludes that the giant specimens were not the results of her experiment. More curious than disappointed, Holly asks herself, what happened to my vegetables? And whose broccoli is in my backyard? The place is Ionosphere. On June 29th, the Arcturian star cruiser Alula Borealis was touring its sixth planet in 4 days, and the captain had just pointed out the fjords of Norway off the port side. In the galley, that's the kitchen, an assistant fry cook accidentally jettisoned the entire food supply. As their vegetables drifted toward the small blue planet below, everyone on board had the same thought. Where would their supper come from? So it wasn't her experiment after all, but it was some aliens from outer space, and they dropped their food. But do you see her experiments drifting up to them? So they're going to have to eat little tiny vegetables instead of big ones. I hope you guys plant some vegetables maybe this year. And if you don't plant them, you better eat them. Makes you big and strong so you can get to the next grade next year. We'll talk to you soon. Bye from Wisconsin.